Hello, 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 hello. So, tonight's episode of Rise and Vibes is not sponsored. However, if you would like to become a Rise and Vibes sponsor, please don't hesitate to reach out to me via email, text, DM, inbox, whatever you call it, and we can make it happen. We're coming up on the 5-year anniversary of Rise and Vibes. It's September 2nd, and I do have a couple of surprises for you guys. So I'll go ahead and bring tonight's guest on. I don't know if you guys are following her, but I have. When I saw, okay, so first of all, I just love the car stuff, right? Hey, young lady,
Hi,
how are you?
how are you?
So let me just say this while you're on here, right? Because I like to give people their flowers while they are here to smell them. I saw your video of you lifting that big ass tire. And I was like, I love her. I got to get her on my show. So I want to go ahead and tell you, first of all, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to sit down and talk to me. I know it's late. I know you've probably been working all day because I've seen it in your story. And I know you're probably tired and ready to lay it down. So I won't hold you long, I promise. But I just knew I had to get you on my show, honey. So I'll start off with one of my questions, and then I'll get right into the fans' questions, okay? So first off, tell me what got you into cars.
Well, I went to a magnet high school that required me to do it my junior and senior year. I knew I definitely wanted to be on and in trade, and close friends with somebody who was already in the automotive program. So I decided to try it out, and honestly just fell in love with it from there. So I spent my year just learning about cars.
So you going in and out. So I'm not sure if you got your phone on your speaker, so you might just need to lift it up
Yeah.
a little bit. But okay. All right. So when I saw that video, and I look back at it like a few times since I first saw the video. First of all, that video is at like 4-point-something million views.
Like 40 million views right now.
Oh my goodness. That is crazy. Did you ever think you was gonna do that?
No, I used to just post it really for like family and friends who don't live in the States to like see me work, and I don't even know how, but it blew up. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I know I at least sent it to about 50 people. I was like, hey, you gotta check this girl out. She is doing the darn thing. So what is it exactly that you do?
I'm a lube technician, so I just do basic maintenance on vehicles at a Mopar dealership. So just oil changes, tire rotations, tire changes, anything with fluids, exchanges and replacements, occasionally brake jobs, stuff like that, just basic maintenance on vehicles.
And where do you live?
South Florida.
Yeah, so listen, let me say this. When I saw you doing because you was doing something, I think you was changing the battery in like a charger or a tablet or something. I was like, first of all, why is the battery there?
Yeah, Chrysler has crazy locations for its batteries.
So do you go to school to learn all that? Do you look at manuals? How do you go ahead? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. So my junior and senior year of high school, I did an automotive service technology program. So I just learned the basics. And then after that, I did a 2-year Mopar program. So I did go to school specifically for Mopar vehicles to learn about.
So does that mean you drive a Mopar?
I do not, unfortunately.
Because I was going to be like, poor baby, she drives a Mopar.
No, I don't have the money for all that. I don't know. I would love to if I could, though.
So are you the only female that works in your shop?
Yes, as a mechanic, yes.
What's that like?
It's definitely an interesting experience. For the most part, I don't really think about it too much, but occasionally comments here and there that are either sexual or towards me and being like a woman in the shop and stuff. But for the most part, I don't really let that affect me. Guys do help me out a lot, which is great. They're really helpful and willing to help me out more than they do other people because I'm a woman. So it's both, it has its benefits and its downfalls for sure.
Well, I will say this. A lot of times being a female in the car stuff, because I'm just into cars, period. But I'm really into the old school classic cars. I sell G-body parts. For a long time, when I started my G-body parts page, I never told anybody that I was a girl
Mhm.
because first of all, they don't think you know what you're talking about. And so I'm on, and they say stuff like, "Okay, thank you, bro." I never corrected them.
Mhm.
I never corrected any of that until I hit like 5,000 followers on
Mhm.
my parts page, and then I finally showed my page. The people who knew me knew I was a girl,
Yeah.
but I was like, so even now, like if they don't know that I know as much about G body parts and stuff like that as I do, they're like, well, I gotta ask my
Yeah.
mechanic, or I gotta find out if. I'm like, listen.
I know all of this. Why are you going somewhere else? But yeah, no, definitely have a hard time accepting the fact that you're a woman and you have the knowledge that you have.
Yeah. Did you ever, when you first started, question, were you having a really hard time, and did you question, hey, maybe I should do something else?
Not really. I have a really big love for working on cars. It just feels really natural. I like working with my hands. And I started working out of high school, so it was like, spent majority of the day at the college doing automotive and then after school going straight into the shop. And they were really welcoming, so it wasn't really an issue.
Do you ever think you'll own a shop?
I'm not entirely sure. I love this industry, I do, but I'm not too positive with like the direction it's going at the moment. So I don't know if long term I'd like to do it, but that sounds great. There's an all woman mechanic shop. I don't remember where, in Pennsylvania or something, that I've been following for a few years, and that's like absolutely amazing. You can like get your nails done while you're doing, getting your car fixed on and stuff like that. Sounds great. Like I would love to be able to create a safe space for women like that, but I don't know if that's something in my future for sure.
That sounds dope,
Yeah,
though.
I'll send it to you. There's I don't remember her name, but she's super popular. She has her own shop and like a nail salon or something right next door. It's super cool.
Yeah, you got
And
to
all
send it
the
to me
techs are women.
because I saw that you also, not only do you work on cars,
Hmm.
what else do you do?
Oh yeah. I do know how to like tattoo eyebrows, do like ombre powder brows. Yeah, that is something that I picked up on as well.
So does that mean it sounds like an automotive shop with the
That
eyebrow place?
yeah, that does sound intriguing. I never thought
I
of that.
think it probably would be the first one though. I've never seen, and then you can also expound on that. Like you can get nail techs in there. You can get people that do pedicure. See, we on to something.
Yeah, we.
I'm gonna come over there and get. I don't get my nails done because I have to pull parts off cars. But I'll come over there and get my toes done. I don't really get my eyebrows done, but I'll come over there and get my eyebrows done. I think that'd be pretty
The
dope.
eyebrows is super helpful. Like I have mine done currently. It's just tattooing your eyebrows. They're not super permanent, but they do last a few years, and it takes a lot out of my makeup routine for sure. Whenever I put on makeup, at
I was about to say you don't wear makeup in the
least.
shop. You be in there working.
No, but that's the awesome thing. It looks like I have makeup on, or it looks pretty natural, and it's just tattooing on my eyes. So it's pretty cool.
So the infamous that video, because I listen, a lot of your videos
Hmm.
have a lot of views, but that particular
Yeah,
video,
it has a.
tell me exactly what it was that you were doing.
I was simply just lifting up a very, very large, I believe it was a Rocky Ridge tire for a 1500. I was doing a rotation and I knew I could pick it up. It's something I've done in the past and I've recorded myself doing it, but recorded it, posted it, and that's it. I was just doing a simple rotation, really.
Mm-hmm. That listen, I probably would have been like, no, I ain't doing this. I'm not doing this. One of y'all gonna do this
It
because this
was
was.
literally lunchtime and everybody disappeared at the same time. Everybody was gone. Because I'm the closer, so I'm like one of the only people there around lunchtime, and everybody was gone. There was nobody to help me, so I just kind of had to do it anyways.
You was like, let me put my back into it. Look at that girl's form. She is. I was so proud. Look, I didn't even know your name. That video made me follow
Yeah,
you. I didn't even know your name or anything about you, but I was like, hey, when the time comes, I'm definitely gonna get her on my show because
awesome.
this is something super dope. I think women don't get a lot of credit
Yeah.
for knowing how to work on cars, knowing just like in general in life. And I don't usually use the sex card, right?
Hmm.
It doesn't matter to me whether you're male or female. If you know what you're doing, you just know what you're doing. But I think a lot of time we get underestimated.
For sure, yeah. I get plenty of comments under my videos where it's like, oh yeah, my niece or my nephew could do that. My 2-year-old kid could do that. Like, it's about the representation and the fact that, hey, women are capable of doing this. But yeah, guys do tend to very quickly go into, well, I do that on a daily basis. So what if you can do it?
Right.
Mhm.
You know, I think a lot of times, one thing I have to commend you for also is you don't, you're not trying to push the narrative that sex sells. You're in a
Yeah.
full
Mhm.
uniform. You're totally covered up, and I'm not judging nobody who, because really sex does sell. Let's just
Yeah.
be honest, right?
100%.
But you are not pushing that narrative. You in your full uniform. You got on long pants. You don't.
Mhm.
I very rarely even see you wear shorts.
Mhm.
You have on long pants. You working hard, and you're not pushing the
Yeah.
narrative. You're not trying to be sexy. You're like, I'm working.
Yeah. I mean, it's simply what it is. Sometimes I just set up my phone in a random spot and I'll just have it going on for like 30 minutes straight and then go back later to edit the video. But it's literally me working. I don't have the time to sit there and, try and make it look any sort of way. And it's been suggested to me. My coworkers, once they caught a hold of me getting a bit popular, they've tried to say like, hey, why don't you, take your shirt off or put on, a sports bra or something and work on a car. It's like, that's not my goal here. It's to show representation, to show my family and friends like, hey, this is something that I'm doing over here in the States while they're over in a different, third world country. And that's really all it is. I don't really intend to, sexualize it. I think enough people do that. I don't really want to be a part of that.
So speaking of sexualizing it,
Mhm.
you gotta know some of the comments
Oh,
or some of the questions.
yeah. Oh gosh.
Because the guy, like, I'm so embarrassed. My followers are 85% men. So, the guys is like, hey, who is that? She's cute. Is she
Yeah.
single? I was like, listen. I'm not asking that lady all them questions.
Yeah.
If you want to ask her any of those things, you need to jump in
Yeah.
her DM because I'm not, I'm not doing it. So, where are you originally from?
Dominican Republic. Born there.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I grew up in the Cayman Islands.
What? And then
Yeah.
now you in Miami.
Yes, I am. Hmm.
What in the world? That's got to be like a big
It was
culture.
yeah, it was a very big culture shock, for sure.
Um, someone at one of the fans asked, "What's your favorite car to work on?"
Um, funnily enough, I'd probably say that the diesels that I get, those mostly because they do pay more. But I've gotten really accustomed now to doing the maintenance on them. Even though people might think because of my size, it's kind of like more difficult, but I so easily fit into like every little crevice of that vehicle that it makes it a lot easier and more fun for me to do.
Yeah, because you tiny. When
Hmm.
you picked up that tire, I was like, that girl can't weigh no more than 120
A
pounds.
little bit more, but yeah, about there.
You look super tiny trying to pick up, and if you had on tighter fitting clothes,
Hmm.
I know I would have been like, she
Yeah.
is super
Hmm.
small, and you ain't but this
I'm five
tall.
two. Yeah, I'm not that tall.
So you like a tall midget.
Yeah.
What would you like to be doing in your future?
Ooh. I mean, ideally, I'd love to be a full master tech, either working for an independent shop or in Mopar. But I don't. Again, this industry is just kind of heading in a really weird place. The dealerships are very just all over the place right now, unfortunately. I definitely see myself doing a trade, though. I can't see myself, sitting in an office or doing anything like that. So whether it's electrical or plumbing or construction, any of those things sound interesting to me.
I have an idea. I'm not gonna say it on here, but I'm gonna tell you.
Okay.
Because I know people be stealing people ideas, so I
Yeah,
ain't gonna
for
say it
sure.
here. But I really got an idea about that. Can you see yourself being a full-time content creator?
um, to an extent, yes. Like it's pretty simple for me to just kind of set up my phone and work, but the whole aspect of kind of like monetizing it and having to be strict with a schedule and things like that, it's not very appealing to me. So I'm not probably not honestly.
Well, here's the thing. This is what I tell people about monetization. First of all, if you can, you might as well because you post it
Yeah.
anyway, right? So if you have enough followers to monetize. I don't know about all the other
Mhm.
stipulations, right? You just if this is a personal page, you just need to turn it into a business
Yeah.
page so you monetized.
Mhm.
But the other thing is, that opens up so many more avenues for you. Like, I don't know if you have a YouTube, if you have like all these things, you doing it anyway.
Yeah.
Like, you're recording videos anyway.
Yeah.
So why not? I don't particularly do TikTok. I do TikTok, but I don't push it.
Yeah.
I'm mostly on Instagram. And one of the racers told me probably maybe like 2 months ago, he was like, you gotta start doing Facebook. Facebook is paying way more than Instagram, and they're owned by the same people.
Yeah.
So why not just set it up where when you post on Facebook, it
It
automatically
just posts
posts
on the,
on
yeah.
Instagram or vice versa. And girl, you better get your money.
Okay, I'll definitely look into it more because I have my coworkers tell me on it daily that I need to.
Your coworkers are right. Tell your coworkers I said what's up. They tell you the right thing. So, how do you feel about the females in the industry? When we talked about over sexualizing what we do you think that makes it hard for people like you to be taken seriously because of the over sexualization of the car stuff now?
Yeah, for sure. It definitely makes it a little more difficult. The more popular women and stuff who do this, unfortunately, or not unfortunately, but they do tend to be the ones who do sexualize it. And at the end of the day, I think it's awesome having the representation, no matter in what way, shape, or form, is amazing. But yeah, it definitely does make it a little more difficult when I'm, there's people who are, independently working on their cars at home and they can, sexualize themselves. And I'm at work trying to be in a, such a like I'm surrounded by 50 men a day. I'm not at home in a shop being able to record myself in solitude doing it. So definitely makes it difficult when, all they're seeing at work is like, these women who are into cars are sexualizing it. So I have this woman here in front of me. It's kind of, the connection kind of, it does make it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think it makes it harder to be taken. It makes it, well, let me speak for myself. It made it harder for me to be taken seriously when you got women walking around half naked carrying a wrench and twerking.
Yeah.
And then here I am really out here taking parts off cars and knowing stuff about cars. But like you said, now they want to say, well, why don't you walk around in some booty shorts, or why don't you show more thighs? I'm
Yeah,
not
I
here to
get
show
told
thighs.
that.
I'm here to, now every once in a while I do. I'm
Of
not
course,
gonna, because I
as you
might
should.
go out or something. Because I might be going out or
Of
something,
course.
and I'm like, okay, y'all gotta know these thighs under here. But just on a regular basis, I'm not. That's really not what I'm here for.
Yeah.
Although I do know if we did it, our popularity would grow
increase tenfold.
exponentially.
Yeah.
So I that's the blessing and the curse part. That's the part that I really hate.
I agree.
So what do you what was the hardest thing for you to overcome with going into this line of work?
So far, honestly, it's been mostly because there's so little people kind of entering the field, to get outside of just me doing basic maintenance has been honestly the most difficult thing. Like, I honestly, when I first started off, I thought at this age I'd be doing like engines or transmissions or something a lot more in depth with the vehicles.
Right.
But because there's so little people coming into the industry, it makes it really difficult for me to move up because there's nobody here to like take my place. And I've been to worked at a few dealerships where that's just been the main issue. There's nobody coming in to take my spot so I can, be an apprentice, so I can be a helper, so I can really take in the information and learn. And then dealerships also not being willing to pay you to be in that kind of position, because at the end of the day, being an apprentice, you're not full blown working, but you're also not doing anything. And dealerships are not, willing to put in the right effort and money towards you to get you to where it is you want to be. So that's been the most difficult thing for me, I think.
Well, that's why we're gonna have to create your own lane.
Yeah.
But honestly, to go back to what your coworkers told you, they really were right. You really gotta, because you would have been in a position where now, like, I don't know nobody finances, and I ain't trying to count nobody pockets. But if it's stuff that you're doing already, think about how much money you could have made off that video and you got them
Right.
4 million.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you had already monetized yourself, and not saying that won't come back around, but you could already done,
Yeah.
probably done already bought your Mopar.
Yeah.
So so what do you think is next for you?
For now, definitely keep doing what I'm doing and seeing if I can get somewhere. I've been doing more with my online training for Mopar, buying more tools, doing more things outside of work that'll get me a little more involved in doing, bigger jobs and stuff, and kind of seeing where it goes, give it some time, and just kind of go from there. I have gotten a lot of requests because I post the videos now of people asking me to do stuff outside of work, which has been helping me a lot. So hopefully just grow, original plan, become a master tech if I can, take ASCs, things like that.
You mean asking you to do work on their cars?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah.
Because of the video.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up. And also, if you tag, like if you do the location, like you say South Florida or you say
Mm-hmm.
Miami or Fort Lauderdale, or wherever you are, that'll bring more people
Yeah,
to you
for
as
sure.
well. Like I said, I'm super proud of you. When I saw, and I ain't gonna lie, I won't call it stalking. People call it stalking, but I went through your whole page and I was like, okay, I see her. She actually out here working. Like it wasn't
Yeah.
because some people feel like, oh, that was just something she did to try to get
Yeah, I get
likes
a
or
lot,
views.
of comments about that. Yeah.
What do they say?
Just saying like, oh, ruining your body just to get views or just to get clout or whatever the case may be. And it's like, just guys on, Instagram, you know how comments are. But yeah, that's yeah.
I guess it's par for the course. Do you block a lot of people?
Not really. Honestly, I just let them run their mouths. I don't really. I respond to what I want to respond to. The more they interact, the more attention it gives me at the end of the day. So yeah, no, I just let them do their thing.
When I saw you was down in South Florida, I was like, oh my God, I'm always in South Florida. How come I never knew about her? How come I never pulled up on her or nothing? But next time I'm down there, I'm pulling up on you.
Bet.
I'm gonna be like, I'm definitely. We got to get a
For
picture. We
sure.
got to do a video. We got to do something.
Okay.
Cause I'm like, this is first of all, not many girls go into the automotive industry. And when I was in school, they had free, like I could have went to like the skill center. All those things were free, right? I don't even know, they taking a lot of trades out of school now. Like you actually have to go to trade school and you got to pay for it. So I don't. It's like they're trying to push us to, like, even the electric cars or
Yeah.
automated cars. It's like they're trying to push us to automated stuff versus people actually having real life
Yeah,
skills.
100%. That's the downfall that I'm like. That's the issue that I find myself having with this industry. It seems like so much of it is heading towards the electrical and things turning mobile and like away from what we're used to in regards to shops and dealerships and having to go physically and work on them physically. It's definitely changing.
Yeah. So yeah, we gotta get on the ball because we don't want to get left
Yeah.
behind. It's a lot of things that But I feel like if you're a car person, you're just a car person. Like you're gonna find a way. Like they talking about, they're gonna take away gas, people driving gas cars. The devil is a liar. Listen, I done did all that. I'm doing all that work on. I got an '86 SS Monte Carlo that I'm working on. And you think I'm gonna let them take my car or tell me I can drive my car? I'm about to be stockpiling gas. So, hi, if you're a car person, I feel like it's just in your blood, it's in your veins. So that's stuff that you just gonna do automatically.
Yeah.
What's excuse me, what's next for you though?
Um, I'm still just, working on at Mopar and stuff. I'm just trying to make my way up the ladder and yeah, just focusing on that for the most part. Nothing else besides that, probably.
Do you do are you into like racing and going around to drag races and stuff?
No, not really. Occasionally, like, organized car shows and stuff, but I, unfortunately, outside of work, don't have a lot of free time. I do have a son and I do work really long hours, so it is difficult for me to get into that stuff, but it is something that I'm interested in. I just don't
Yeah,
get the time
because
to.
the bigger you grow, them people gonna be wanting you to come to car shows and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and that could be a whole nother
Yeah,
avenue
for
of
sure.
revenue. All right. Like I said, I promised I wasn't gonna hold you too long.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure that I spoke with you. So, is there anything else you want us to know before we get out of here?
Um, I I'd just say like a lot of the comments and stuff I get in general are obviously about me being a woman and supposedly not knowing how to do this, or hey, I know a little kid that could do this, whatever the case may be. My only real intention with posting any of this is to show representation. Like, I'm an immigrant to this country, I'm a person of color, I'm a woman, I'm a Latina, and like my only goal really with this is just to show representation. I have little girls or younger women who message me and they're telling me that they want to go into it, or that they've tried and they're having a difficult time, and it's like I really love just being able to guide them and again show that representation. I think it really matters, and no matter what these men continue to say in these comments, I'm just going to keep doing me.
Right. And you better. And if it get too bad, just go ahead and block them. But see, I don't block people.
I don't
I
either.
want them to
Just
come
let
up.
them run their mouth.
Right. So V, I appreciate you sitting down. Like I said, I know you've
Yes.
been working all day. I
Yeah.
promised I wasn't gonna hold you too long, but I just had to. When I seen that video,
Mhm.
and guys, if you guys have not seen that video that I'm talking about that made me follow her, I'll put it in my story again tonight so y'all can click on it and go see what I'm talking about. But for her little tiny self to lift that big old tire, I was like, oh, I'm impressed, and I gotta talk to her. So again, thank
Awesome.
you so much for
No
sitting down
problem.
and talking
Awesome.
with us.
Thank
I
you for
appreciate it.
having me. You
Thank
as
you.
well. Good
All
night.
right, have a good
You
night.
too.
So, guys, if y'all missed any of tonight's episode of Rise and Vibes, you can catch the full replay on YouTube. Again, if you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, you can do that by clicking the link in my bio. We are coming up on 5 years of Rise and Vibes. It is September 2nd, 2019 is when we originally started the show. So September 2nd of 2024 will be 5 years. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, make sure you go do that now. Thank you for tuning into another episode of Rise and Vibes, and I'll see you guys next week. Have a good night.